Hey, I just wanted to thank you for clicking today. I know that you are struggling right now because if you've ever experienced a career death like you're going through right now, it's tough, right? Especially when it's with a job and a type of work that you thought you were going to do forever, right? And maybe the departure from the company wasn't quite what you were hoping it was going to be, but nonetheless, here you are, and you're trying to rediscover who you are as a person, right? And this is what I want you to know is that even though you're suffering right now, even though it hurts, even though you're exhausted, even though you're confused, even though, and I can, add whatever other feeling descriptor on the back end of that, even though, I want you to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, okay? And what I want you to understand first is that just like any other death, you're going to go through the grievance process, okay? So there's 5 stages of grief that we all go through when something changes. In fact, when any of us are faced with change, we go through the stages of grief. And the thing about grief is that it doesn't go away for, like, we don't go stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're done with grief, right? It can perk back up, right? And so you might have years of space between you and the work trauma that you've experienced. And yet something happened at work now and it's all back up and it feels like it was just yesterday, right? It was a traumatic experience for you. And so then you get to, sometimes it sneaks up on you and puts you in a position to have to relive it. And sometimes that also includes like the grief process kind of coming up and showing up in different ways. And so what I want you to know is that as you go through those things, that it's going to get better. The more time and space that you get between you and that experience, the easier it's going to be to see the value in the shift. Because, everybody that I've ever worked with that has dealt with a situation like that, at first it feels like, like nothing else is ever going to come after that's going to be it, right? And then this transformation happens to where we realize that it probably was a blessing in disguise. And so I understand if you're not ready to see that yet, but I want you to consider the possibility. What if this is a blessing in disguise? What if it was the kick or the boot that you needed to finally take a look at what you're working with and decide, like, who are you going to be next? It's your opportunity to level up, to change the way you're doing things so that you can do work happy better, right? And it's an opportunity for you to reestablish your confidence and redefine who you are, and embrace what you're actually good at, and be able to define that and articulate it and attract things and get to a place of attracting things that are actually going to build you up instead of tear you down, right? And you might be dealing with all of this stuff right now, and you might even be doing it on your own and just trying to sort through all the pieces. And I want you to know that you don't have to. This is not something that you have to go on your own, that you can go through a process and a system and a method that gets you to something more clear and more concise and more satisfying at the end of the tunnel, right? And so that's just some food for thought, right? I want you to take a moment to think about your situation and say, is it time? Are you ready? I think you are. I think it's completely possible for you to be ready today, and work through a process and a system to get to the career change that you deserve, right? And one that's going to be exciting and fun and invigorating instead of this whole living in a place of loss, right? You don't have to be there forever. So when you're ready and you're ready to take a look at what can come next, and you're ready to crawl out of that feeling of permanent loss, right? And reach the place of embracing possibility, I'm here for you. I want you to be able to have that option. And so with that said, I hope you're having a great day. I hope this has been really helpful for you in examining where you're at in your career change. And I hope you rock the heck out of work happy, whatever that looks like. I look forward to chatting with you on the interwebs, and have a good day.